you need to lock in right now. And like, not like tomorrow, not like next week, not like next month, but like now, as in today. You need to do something today that's going to take you to that next step. It's going to get you to wherever you need to be in life in order to finally be that person that can kind of just, do whatever they need to. You've got to become that person that can really just, push themselves to a level that they never thought that their old self never thought that they could. And you're never going to just wake up one day being that person. And you're not just going to wake up one day and become this new person that you want to be. You can write down all the traits of the person you need to be and you need to become, but you're never just going to one day wake up out of bed and be like, okay, yep, that's me today. It takes time and it takes effort, and you have to put in so much energy in each and every single day. And you have to do so many things that just plague yourself so much to do each and every day. And through repetition with time, doing these things over and over and over again, eventually you start to become that person, and you start to pick on some of the traits and bring on some of the traits that person might have. And as you bring on more of those traits, and as you do more of the things that the person that you want to become does or is or whatever, you slowly become that person until you are that person. But you're never just going to wake up one day and suddenly be, six-pack shredded, locked in. You're not just going to wake up one day and all your car's built, all the fucking oil leaks are gone. You have to actually do things to get there. You have to actually you want to fix all your oil leaks on your car, you got to go out, you got to lug all the tools from your toolbox over to your car. You got to go and jack it up, you got to take it apart, you got to find out where it's leaking from, drain all the oil out, fix a leak, put it all back together, and then it's done and the problem's fixed. And it's just like that for every other aspect in life. Is like you can't just expect that you're gonna wake up tomorrow and then you're gonna be able to if you're the kind of person who constantly eats fucking shitty food every day, is always buying candy, is always not following your diet, you can't expect that you're gonna wake up tomorrow and just be the guy who is super healthy and is able to eat whatever food they want whenever they want, and when they do want to eat that food, it's always something healthy or whatever. Like you're not just gonna wake up that person that only wants to do those healthy habits or whatever they are. You have to slowly do things each and every day, and you have to slowly eat better each and every day, and discipline yourself on the times that you do eat, and you've got to slowly do a bunch of steps in order to get to the end result, in order to get to where you need to go. And so many people, they don't want to start because they don't want to go through all the steps that they have to go through in order to become the person they need to become. They're like, oh no, that'd be so much work. I'll just wait until they wait until they feel a little better or whatever they're waiting for. And it's almost like, man, if you don't finally decide today that you're going to take whatever the first step forward is to get onto the path to become that person, you're never going to make it there. And that's not me trying to fear-monger you and, oh, you need to do something today or else you're never going to do it. But it's true. It's like, if you don't start doing things today, even, like I always say, even just writing out a simple plan, if you don't start with something today, then you're going to just put it off constantly until your problems have piled up so large that they're damn near impossible to tackle on. And now you've got to do all this work and play this huge game of cleanup to clean up all these problems that you created. That if you would have just started right now, all those issues that piled up wouldn't be there. And maybe you already are in the position where, you have to back out of a place that you got yourself stuck into. And a bunch of issues have piled up. But if you don't start something now, the issues are only going to pile up larger. And even if you do start now, things might still pile on. But if you start now, you're at least starting and you're at least getting on the path to, number one, not only just slowing down the progression of how many negative things get piled on in life, but you're stopping that. And you're going into a positive direction of becoming the person you need to become. And if you don't lock in now, then you're going to keep on putting it off. And it might feel like, you don't want to lock in because, you're like, oh, I've got this going on and that going on. And if people all the time say, they're like, I don't want to start right now, because when I put effort into something, I go all in. I want to go all in. I'm not going to start right now because I want to be able to go all in when I start. It's like, oh, okay, hold on. Number one, I'm not trying to shit on people for trying, but it's like, when have you ever gone all in your life? Never. Okay, so stop saying that. Stop saying that you're going to wait for XYZ to happen before you go all in, because, oh, no, I like to go all in when I go all in. Like, no, dude, you're just saying that so that you can put it off so you don't have to go all in right now. If you beginning the path to going all in is you going all in. You saying, okay, I'm going to go all in today, and even if you fuck up on the time you need to wake up, even if you don't hit your morning routine, even if you fucking miss the gym, even if you missed your macros, even if whatever it is, you started it today, and now you fucked up on it today. Okay, well, you know what? Tomorrow's a new day. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Even if you fuck up on half the shit tomorrow, okay, the next day's a new day. I'm gonna do it again the next day. You don't have to have everything perfect. You don't have to have every little fucking ounce of everything lined up perfectly for you to begin. Stop waiting for the absolute perfect time to start. The perfect time is now. The perfect time is now so that you can get over all the fucking up. Because if you wait until everything's perfect, what's going to happen is you're going to start, and then a bunch of shit's going to cascade, and there's a good chance that you fuck up and you know, you get off track, and the next thing you know, you're gonna be blaming your self-improvement path or the gym or whatever it may be. You know, you're gonna be blaming you finishing that project on the reason that your whole life went to shit. It's like, no, the reason your life went to shit is because you waited so damn long to start. Your life was already shit. You just convinced yourself that you were ready now. But if you don't start now, like actually now, then you're just gonna keep on pushing yourself off. It's not that difficult of a concept to comprehend. And oh man, it's just so many. I see so many people that, you know, they have and it hurts to watch almost. It's like they have every single trait that they need to be this person that could really just is a fucking dog, and you know, to be that person who just wakes up and does, and no matter how they feel, they just push through it, and they do whatever it takes to fucking maximize their day. And I see so many people with all the traits they need to do whatever, to be able to be the one that does whatever it takes. But they just put it off, and they give themselves so many excuses. And they just wait over and over and over. Oh, yeah, I can't go in all right now because I got to be ready to go all in when I go all in. It's like, no, dude, just start now. Because even if you start now, like, okay, let's say you don't want to start for another month because you want to go all in when you go all in. Okay, so you have today versus 1 month. And even if you did go all in 1 month, if you go all in 1 month, you're starting from zero in 1 month. If you start from zero right now, in 1 month, you're going to be a lot further ahead than zero. It's simple math. And if I know one thing about math, that's that I fucking failed math in high school. I went backwards in math. So if I can comprehend this basic math, I think you can comprehend this basic math too. A lot of you guys are way better at math than I am at math. Okay? That makes sense to me. I think it makes sense to you too. Start now. Don't start in a month. Don't start in a week. Don't start in a year. Just do something now, dude. Do something today. Whatever. You know, even if you were going to fucking take a rest day that you didn't need. You know, if you need a rest day, you need a rest day. But do you really need that rest day? Like, do you actually train hard enough to need that rest day? Did you actually work long enough the previous month, the previous year, and have and pull fucking all-nighters every week to need an extra rest day? Like, just go do the thing, whatever it is, and tackle it. And as you start getting into the habits, and as you build this momentum that I've talked about so many times, you know, life is about momentum. If you have to build momentum in order for this to work out. If you're constantly self-sabotaging and constantly doing all these things that are slowing down your momentum, then it just feels like you're fucking dragging your ass. And life is going to feel like you're dragging your ass sometimes, because that's just how life is. But if you build momentum, then it gets easier because you get better. And the better and better you get, the more and more you grow. So you have to just, you've got to start going, and you got to get that, you got to get that flow going. You know, and it's like, you know, like I said, I was saying earlier, you might think, you know, I don't want to start this now because I've got all these other things I got to do. Well, if you start this journey now and you start the self-improvement right now, then you're going to be able to have so much more time and motivation, energy, flow to be able to get all these other things done. You're going to be looking like you're going to be, you know, you're going to go and work a long day of work, come home. It's the weekend where you would normally be relaxing, or you normally go out and drink with your friends or whatever, and you're going to be like, dude, honestly, I could go and get XYZ project done on my car that I've been putting off for the past 6 months for no reason. And then you're going to go get it done. You're going to be like, holy shit, it's out of the way. I don't have to deal with it anymore. Like, as soon as you get this flow and this momentum going, it just cascades into something so much better. And it's like, you know, okay, let's say another reason that you might not be, you understand these things. You're like, you know, you agree with me or whatever. But you're like, okay, well, what if I do start flowing and then I get burnt out? You know, maybe a lot of you have gotten burnt out in the past. Here's the thing with burnout. You get burnt out with one, you feel like you have started slowing down on progress. And two, when you have fatigued your body too much. Okay, so one, what the fuck? There's some shit in the middle of the road. When you feel like you have started slowing down on progress, this is why the gym is so important, and this is why I like cars so much, is because you get a car and you're building it for years. You're seeing constant progression. So it's always, you know, it's always giving you something to look forward to top yourself, to better on, you know? And the thing with cars, though, is they're fucking expensive, dude. And you can't, you know, you can't always be constantly installing a new model all the time because, you know, I mean, if you can afford it, you can, but even then, it takes a lot of time. The thing with building your body is like, and going to the gym, you're in this constant state of progression. Whether you're in a bulking stage or a cutting stage, you're in a bulking stage, and now your purpose is growth. You know, you're not giving up on the things you enjoy. You're not giving up on your car, and you're not giving up on whatever your hobby may be. But you're also focusing on building your body, and that's something that, you know, day in, day out, even, you know, you might not see a difference day to day, but week by week, month by month, especially when you start taking progress photos, you see this change, and it's just this, it keeps this fire in you, and even when you do start to regress and you know, feel that burnout, you still know the progress you have made, you see how far you have come, and it just lights you right back into it, and it just keeps you going further and further and further on in life. And it's something that you're always bettering yourself. It's, you know, personal development and going to the gym. You're bettering yourself, and you're constantly bettering your physique. You know, when you're in a bulking stage, your focus is bulking. When you're in a cutting stage, your focus is cutting. You know, if you're in a recomp stage, your focus is to recomp. So, I mean, it's like you're constantly, you have something, you have a purpose to constantly keep going forward towards, and there's no lack of progression. So you can't get burnt out. The only thing that you could get that could possibly happen is you can get over fatigued and you get too tired, and now that mimics the effects of a burnout. It's like, okay, if you're spending so many nights in a row of not getting sleep, staying up, wasting your time, and dude, I have been there, and time management is something that I still, each and every single day, have to fight, you know, to not allow myself to get distracted doing little things, you know, to not be fucking, you know, getting all my supplements that I take ready before, you know, getting all my supplements ready that I take before bed, and not getting distracted with fucking wiping down my desk or some shit. Like, I have to just constantly drill myself and remember, no, we got to get this done so that we can go to bed. And it's like, you know, that's just how it is. But, you know, if you're constantly, you know, when you constantly start lacking on sleep, and your body just builds up this fatigue from not sleeping so much, then it starts to mimic this sense of burnout, and then you start to think you get burnt out, and then you attest it to, oh no, but it's got to be the personal development. But realistically, if you just go, okay, well, I've been kind of, I haven't been the best about, getting to bed on time, and I haven't been the best about, waking up early enough so that I am tired by the end of the day so that I can go to bed on time, or, I haven't been the best about doing XYZ so that I can get the proper sleep. Dude, once you fucking lock that sleep back in, it's like a second wind that just keeps on coming. And then you realize that burnout doesn't exist. As soon as you get that sleep recovery that you needed, you're right back at it. And then when you stack in your daily habits that you're doing every single day that are keeping your mind on a consistent track, that are keeping you in a routine, and then you stack your fucking meal prep and your food that's actually giving your body the nutrients it needs in order to feel good each and every day, in order to feel cognitive, it's like you're unstoppable. But you can implement all these things, and you can do all this, but it's like, if you keep on putting things off, and then you're like, all right, I'm gonna implement all these things right now, you're not gonna fucking know what to do with it. You have to start today, and you have to build that momentum. It's like fucking the snowball effect. You got to start small, and you slowly build your way up, and you stack these things on over and over, and you just progress more and more in life in each and every single day. But you can't become the person that does all these things overnight. It's gonna be difficult. It's gonna take you time to lock in your sleep. It's gonna take you time to lock in consistent training. It's gonna take you time to lock in eating consistently. And there are so many tools that you can use to make it to make it so much more simple than it could be. You can. There's so many tools you can use and things you can implement to speed up this process quite a bit. But still, it's like, if you don't start, it comes back to the core principle. If you don't start now, you're not going to be able to become the person that can do all these things. You're never going to become that person that does all these things. And none of these things are going to be able to help you because you didn't start now. And it's like, you're still watching this video, however long it is, 25 minutes or whatever, however far we're in. And it's like, dude, it's great that you're getting this far, and you're trying to convince yourself to make the change. But I want you to think to yourself, like what is it that's really stopping you from making the change now? Like what is it that what's the thing that's holding you back? What's the reason that you don't want to go all in, that you don't want to start training, that you don't want to start training harder, that you don't want to lock in on your diet? Like, Like, what's the reason? Just take some time and think about that over the next day or two, and weigh out your options. Weigh out, is this thing over here that I'm holding on to, maybe it's going out to eat with your friends. Am I holding on to going out to Raising Cane's and In-N-Out with my buddies that probably don't care about me a whole lot? And even if they do, am I holding on to going out to eat some fucking greasy ass fast food with them over making a change in my life that's gonna change the person I am, that's gonna make me wake up actually enjoying life each and every single day, that's gonna make each day just feel so much better, and it's gonna make even the days that don't feel good have meaning and understanding. Like, even my hardest days where it just feels like nothing is going right, and my mindset is, is fighting me, I still have the main primary thought of, I know I'm going through this for a reason, and I'm gonna learn something from this, and this is just part of life, and I've got to get through it. If you would have met the me a few years ago, I would have just been blaming my problems on everybody else, blaming whatever is happening in the world on the reason that I couldn't do X, Y, and Z, blaming some mental health condition on the reason that I couldn't better myself, and the reason that I was constantly pissed off all the time. But now, everything has so much more meaning and understanding, and it took time to get there. It didn't happen overnight. I didn't instantly just become this person that was able to do all these things. I didn't just instantly become the person that was able to think like this. I had to, force myself to have this mental framework constantly. But if I didn't decide one day that I wasn't going to just start pushing myself, then no, I wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't be making this video, and I wouldn't be, I wouldn't have known the way life can be and the way things are supposed to be. And when it comes to finally taking that first step and finally deciding that you're gonna actually lock in, it's, what's the best way to put this? You're gonna have days where one day you're gonna wake up, and then everything's gonna be super great, and you're gonna fucking do X, Y, and Z, and it's all gonna work out. And then you're gonna wake up the next day, and you're gonna wake up late, and you're gonna fuck it all up. You're like, damn, I worked so hard, and I just fucked it up today. And then maybe you're gonna fuck it up the next few days in a row, and then you're gonna fuck it up the next few weeks in a row. But then you're gonna get another good day, and then you're gonna get another good one. And they pile up. But it's like there's this very interesting change that happens. And it's something that's really hard to put into words, but it's, you know, the way man, I don't really have the words for this right now, but I'm really trying to convey this so you can really understand. It's like, you know, you're gonna have to warm yourself up and get yourself to that position. You're gonna have to, you know, listen to more. You gotta listen to, you know, listen to the whatever your self-improvement videos that you listen to. You've got to watch, you know, your gym content. I'm not saying like you need to be watching that, but like, you know, you maybe, you know, you kind of you there's this path that kind of starts where you start watching all this self-improvement content. You know, I mean, you've made it to this video, so you're obviously on the path, so this obviously makes sense to you. But you know, you get to the, you know, it starts coming up in your YouTube recommended or whatever, all this self-improvement shit, and then you start watching it a lot more. You're like, that's interesting, and then you kind of start watching it a whole lot more. And then, you know, because this is how it was for me. And then it's like you start watching it a little more. Maybe your Instagram feed, you know, you change it so that it's all motivational shit. And occasionally it's, you know, memes and shit like that. But it's like, you know, you get it all motivational. And then eventually maybe you get to the point where, like, the only thing on your feed is fucking motivational shit. And then finally you're like, okay, I think I need to actually do something about this. And you start to take, you know, steps each and every day. Like I say, start waking up early, start eating better, whatever they are. You know, go to the gym if you weren't going to. And you do these things, and you make this slow progress in the beginning. And that's great. And, you know, you've gotten to a position where you've actually already, you know, it's like you've already kind of started that snowball effect. You've already started that momentum. So by you waiting till next month or waiting till next week, till next year to start, you're telling yourself that, no, I'm actually going to wait. I'm actually going to wait to start, and I'm going to wait to give myself any more progress. And you slow down that momentum and make it so much more difficult. And if you just start right now, whatever it is, I'm going to keep on going back to this. It's like if you just start right now at whatever it is, then you're going to be so much further ahead, and you're going to get so much better that it's going to be so much easier. And, you know, I'm not trying to, you know, give you an excuse to go and, okay, well, yeah, then I'm not going to start, and now I'm going to go watch a bunch more motivational videos, because that's the first step. Like, the motivational videos are great, but that's not taking action. Like, you can listen to all these people talking about taking the action, but you have to actually take the action, you know? If you clicking off this video to go take action is what it requires, don't watch it. If you never watching another video to take action, you know, never clicking on another video on my channel to take action is what it takes for you to take action and for you to change your life, by all means, dude, go do that. But my point is, you've already started this ball of fire. You've already started the snowball effect. You're waiting till why are you waiting, and why are you not starting now? You could get so far. You probably have all the traits required. And even if you don't think you do, you probably have every single trait that you need right now in order to make that first step, in order to become the person you need to become. If you stack all the traits you have right now, remove the negative ones, and implement your routine, implement more serious training, implement a diet. You know, and the word diet is so, like, misconstrued. Like, dude, you don't need to be eating fucking vegetables and chicken and rice every day. You need to just stop eating fucking shitty food every single day. You don't need to eat Hostess donuts for breakfast every single day. Like, okay, you eat it once in a month or something. It's fine. You just don't stop. Like, that's not you're like, oh, breakfast of champions. Like, you're just saying that shit to just make yourself feel good and to cope. If you would just do like, dude, man, if you just do whatever it is that you're putting off, if you just go to the gym, if you just do whatever, there's like, you could make such a big monumental change. So stop, don't wait until tomorrow, don't wait until next week, don't wait until next month, don't wait until next year to finally, oh, I'm gonna lock in now. Just do it. That's all it is. That's all it takes. You just have to do whatever it takes.